Obviously,
What's up?
last week. Yeah, how you doing? Good. Good to talk to you. What's it like to be back and be off of the COVID list, the reserve list from being a close contact, and now getting the chance to play this game?
It feels good. I mean, just be back with the guys, just in the locker room, out there competing a little bit and preparing for a game. So happy to be back. Go play my first game back since the bye, actually. So
Berman.
Can you hear me, Whit?
Yep.
Okay, because it says I'm mute. So for some reason it was saying I was muted. So anyway, I guess you've heard about Cleveland. They had somebody test positive and they're doing their contact tracing. How disconcerting is that? Because I guess the NFL says the game is on, but there's still always uncertainty. What is that like for you guys? Y'all been through this before, obviously.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's been going around the league, and of course, guys got friends on the other teams that had to go through it, especially getting close to game day, just to see what to expect and all that. So, pretty much we're just going to prepare like we're going to still play, obviously, and just see what the NFL says after that.
What was it like for you watching that game on Sunday?
It was different, just taking a seat back, being a, coach from the couch, essentially just seeing having a bird's eye view and all that. So being able to see, whether it be a bad play, good play from the outside perspective versus being on the field and, say a play might break loose or X play happens and it's just like, okay, what happened? But you get to see it actually from a third person point of view.
Brandon.
Whitney, how would you describe this experience, this entire season from COVID to the, I guess you could say, unexpected disappointment that you guys have had? How would you describe it all for you personally?
Man, that's a loaded question, man. It's honestly one word I could say is interesting. It's a very, very unique year for everyone. Usually you guys would be here and interviewing us and all that in person. So as far as the world getting accustomed to COVID, we had to go through that transition. Then the coaching change. So I've been through that before. So it's almost like as if it's like a double whammy to a triple whammy as far as the season and how it's been going, losing some of these games that we shouldn't have been losing as well too. So it's just been an interesting year.
And then what about the Rick? I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask because you did say you got the bird's eye view and, the outsider perspective watching the game on Sunday. What did you see from some of your younger teammates, particularly Jonathan Grenard?
Yeah. I was not surprised at the way that he played. I mean, just high energy, playing within the scheme of the defense, understanding what to do and all that. And so, when he has opportunities, just make them. But he does that every single day at practice. So it was very, very impressive to see that, being a starter essentially. And, Ross, he's been in there. So I've seen a lot of good things out of him. The future's bright for those guys.
Aaron.
Hey, Whitney. I know that today was your first day at work with Josh McCown, but it's been in the league for a long time, and I don't know if you had a chance to know him from any of his other stops. Just your impressions of adding an experienced guy like that who's actually in his 40s.
Yeah. Been around for a long time, the prehistoric, essentially, if you call it that. But, it's awesome to have him in the building, also to bring his wealth of knowledge as well, too, to the quarterback room and all that. So it'd be interesting. Didn't get a chance to, talk to him or anything like that, but seeing him around the league from his various stops and stuff like that and how he's contributed as well, too. So happy to have him.
With the health situation, like you're saying, it's been such a strange year. As players, do you kind of like look around sometimes and say, wow, we've played every game? I mean, there hasn't been a situation where the league has had to say, well, you know what, we're not going to, they've postponed, they've changed games, but so far there's been no cancellations.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a testament to protocols going in place, the league doing everything that it can to make sure that players, staff are safe, with the testing protocols and all that. And when COVID does arise in some of these organizations, as we've seen in the past, taking it very seriously as far as the internal investigations to make sure those people are quarantining to limit the infection rate as well too. So they've been doing a good job this season, and we'll just see as we see this the numbers rise amongst the country, see how it goes, and see what our government does and all that. So,
Cody Davis.
Hey Whitney, playing against the Cleveland Browns since they have Nick Chubb back and Kareem Hunt, what ways do you feel you guys need to improve in order to stop the run against the Cleveland Browns?
Just gap discipline and just trusting one another more so, especially during the run. And guys have been doing that, especially at practice, just being where we need to be instead of jumping out of our gaps, playing or seeing ghosts out there and stuff like that. So. Just little minute things that can cost you. If one person's out of place, sometimes these offenses can really hurt you when that one mistake happens. So just making sure we're pretty much perfect on each play.
Brandon.
Whitney, how would you compare where you are physically right now to where you were to start the season? And did this little time off that you got help at all, any at all?
Yeah. I feel much better, stronger. Quicker, more alert, especially with the time off as well too. Adjusted to earlier in the season. Getting adjusted to that adrenaline rush. When you don't have preseason. In order to really, because you kind of feel a little light. That adrenaline gets pumping, and it's just like, okay, yeah, you don't know how to work your body, kind of like Bambi out there. So, for me, I feel great at this point in the season.
Thanks, Whitney.
Oh, yeah, no problem. All right, y'all.